What's up everybody, it's Seth from Fowler Customs, and today I'm reviewing the brand new Curry 3. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. But with all that being said, let's get into it. So I was lucky enough to be able to grab the Curry 3 pre-release, and as some of you guys know, this is one of my most anticipated performance shoes of the year. The Curry 2 was such a great basketball shoe, and the price was pretty much unbeatable, so this shoe has a lot to live up to. I'm from Baltimore originally, where Under Armour's from, so I really do like this brand and kind of have like a closeness with it. But until recently, I didn't think of them as a legitimate basketball shoe brand. I thought of them mostly as that brand that makes those really thin black shirts that kind of wick away sweat that everyone in high school wanted, maybe middle school. I don't remember when those came out, but everyone was rocking them. I was always skinny, so they kind of looked dumb on me, but I liked them anyway. But back into the shoe itself, when I first saw images of the shoe online, like leaked photos, I think I had the same reaction that most people had, which was, these look awful, they look terrible. But the more I looked at the photos and the more they sort of refined the shape for the final release version, it's kind of grown on me a lot, and to be honest, it's not a terrible looking shoe. The inspiration behind the design of the shoe is an airliner, specifically the tail of an airliner, and you can obviously see that in the carbon fiber shank plate and sort of the back shape of the shoe. It's definitely not the most attractive looking shoe, but it's really not awful. And because it's a performance shoe, you can kind of let the look slide a little bit. And the reason I like this colorway is you can really see the different shapes and sort of elements of the shoe that bring this design together. But getting into the materials of the shoe itself, this textile upper right here is called threadborne, or Under Armour's calling it threadborne. When you first touch it, it's a little stiff, but when you actually get your foot in there and wear it a bit, it definitely softens up a bit. And also the best thing about it is that even though it's soft, it doesn't stretch, so it's always going to maintain that shape. You've got these gray hits with the fuse overlays that are around the high wear areas of the shoe. On the medial side, they actually have this soft nylon material that wraps around the back of the shoe. The nice thing about this material is that it's a bit more supportive than the threadborne, so it really helps to lock you down in the right places. An interesting design touch is these sort of debossed ribs that kind of wrap around the back of the shoe. On the leaked images of the shoe, there was a couple more ribs on the heel, and I'm really glad they took those out because it just made the shoe look a little too busy. You've got this soft plush tongue with this mesh material on the top of it. You've got this 3D plastic Under Armour logo on the top of the tongue. I'm really glad they put it on the tongue instead of plastering it on the side of the shoe. I think something Under Armour is realizing is that in the basketball market, not a lot of people love the Under Armour brand. In fact, it's kind of like that dark horse behind Adidas and Nike that is big because Curry's rocking them, but that's pretty much the only reason. And Under Armour still hasn't gotten to that point yet where their logo really sells a shoe the way Nike has. Inside the shoe, you've got this really nice soft plush lining which really feels nice against the back of your foot. The insole has the Under Armour logo in white and is made up of this semi-soft foam material. Moving down the shoe, you've got the same midsole and cushion setup as you've had in previous Curry models. Under Armour is still using charged foam as their cushion setup, which is great if you love court feel, but it has basically no impact protection. So if you're a bigger guy or if you really want some nice cushioning, this probably isn't the way to go. You've got these carbon fiber wings on either side of the shoe, which are to give you a little bit more lateral support. Also on the medial side of the shoe, you've got Curry's signature. On the heel of the shoe, the midsole kind of wraps up a bit and becomes the heel counter. One thing that's cool about the implementation of the Curry logo on the heel of the shoe is that the logo starts out debossed and inset into the shoe, and then as you move down the logo actually kind of pops out and becomes embossed, and it kind of gives the logo this really cool 3D effect. Below the logo, you've got I can do all things embossed on the heel. Finally, to the bottom of the shoe, you've got this carbon fiber shank plate and then the black Under Armour logo. One great thing about the Curry 2 is that its traction was excellent. The Curry 3 definitely has great traction on clean courts. However, when you're playing on dirty courts, because the grooves are a little bit tighter and not as deep as the Curry 2, they pick up dust a lot easier. This shoe definitely fits true to size, and the lockdown is pretty solid on this shoe. However, I found on the Curry 3, unlike the Curry 2, I actually have a little bit extra toe space, which I'm not a huge fan of. I prefer the fit of the Curry 2. Overall, the shoe is definitely a solid performer. It's definitely not the best performer of the year by any stretch of the imagination. Another thing that kind of bothers me about the shoe is that they raised the price to $150, which to be honest isn't great because the Curry 2 is $130, so it's a bit more expensive. And for $150, there are a couple Adidas models that I'd probably pick over this shoe. To be completely honest, I'd probably grab the Curry 2 over the Curry 3. Even though some of the materials on the Curry 3 are nicer than the Curry 2, the fit on the Curry 2 and the traction, it's just that much better. And the Curry 2 is probably going to go on sale pretty soon, so you can probably get it for a great price. But now that we've got the review out of the way, let's put these on feet and see how they look. That's pretty much it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below, letting me know what you think of the Curry 3 and if you prefer it to the previous Curry models. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you like this video. Subscribe to Fowler Customs if you want to see more content just like this, and follow Fowler Customs in all other forms of social media.